Welcome, Julian. Here we are in Querétaro. We have been following you, and it's amazing that after so many kilometers and so many days and months, you are finally here with us. And we are really happy to spend this time with you and learn and talk to you about the experience.
Thank you very much. I'm also very happy to have made it that far, that the machine has made it that far. It's still the same one that I started with in Chile, so that's a good sign. And yeah, very glad to be in Mexico and beautiful Querétaro. Thank you.
What was your experience like all this time that you were out, 6 months, right?
Yes, yeah. I think it's of course every day some new impressions, right? Because you keep moving so much. What was important to me to find this rhythm, right? You have to plan the route, you have to understand where you're going to sleep, where are the projects that you can visit, how to amend the route, but then also keep an open mind to local recommendations, right? They know where the next finca is or the next hacienda that you can visit.
This combination of social work, getting to know the communities and combining that with with traveling, I think that is a fantastic experience to share. And I myself find it extremely inspirational.
Super, then I got the first reader of my book. That's that's great. Yeah.
What do you expect for the future? I mean, yes, you will finish your trip, you will get to Anchorage eventually, and then what after? I mean, how do you prepare so you can actually come back to the working life and adapt and be inspirational or continue being an inspiration for the rest of us that are in the office?
Yeah. It's a bit of a daunting task to go from a motorbike seat to an office chair back, but this is probably what's going to happen. And to be honest, I also look forward to that return. It's not, okay. I'm not scared or what will happen, how will I feel. It's more that I try to integrate what I learned on the journey, and maybe also keep continuing the filming, visiting projects, wherever I then will be. So yeah, it's a couple months now to go still, to return to normal life. Welcome to the Bajastal. 12 hours overnight, hopefully not too rough sea. The bike is strapped in, secured, so getting a bite at the canteen and then rest in my cozy little chair. Thank you. Simple, affordable cabañas here in the Mexican desert. Super kind people, Oscar Maria and the little dog. And an 8-kilometer trek around the property to explore the desert. So super. Hey, Jill.
So we're in Baja Sur, Mexico, and this is my project. It's called Saturn Return. I came upon this land while I was on a trip, and then I just totally fell in love with the place and decided this is where I wanted to be. Last summer was pretty intense when I was here because it's very hot and humid. I didn't have solar at the time. I didn't have water. I didn't have internet. So I was living out here, working so hard with very minimal amenities. Yeah, it was just challenging. There's a lot of bugs, there's a lot of snakes. It has been such a mission. Like, I was always inspired by natural construction, so I wanted to try to use things as much as I could locally. And thankfully we have lots of sand and clay. Water came from my neighbor. He has a well. Once a week I get water delivered, which I'm really fortunate to have because that's a huge barrier for people being able to, develop the land and have gardens and construct. Fortunately, I was able to get solar panels so I could have lights and a water pump and internet and those sorts of things.
There's a term floating around which is called permaculture. Could mean many things to many people.
I guess for me it just means, seeing what the land wants, what grows well and easily, and trying to feed myself, as much as I can from this place. Trying to, break away from the larger systems of commercial food and that sort of thing.
You have a great garden. I see tomatoes growing, other vegetables also. How much work does it take to keep it that way? What's your plan for this garden going forward? And how fully off-grid do you want to be in terms of nutrition?
Well, ideally I would like to be, 80 to 100% feeding myself. I don't know. That's very idealistic. I don't know the realities of that because I'm very new to this. And I think eating seasonally and then also just more simply, I won't be able to have wheat because we can't grow that here. But it will take time. Honestly, the garden is easy. It's just like starting the seeds. I usually start them out of the soil in, like a tray and keep them out of the direct sun so they can stay moist. And then once they grow a little bit more, you can put them in the earth and they can withstand the extreme temperatures.
For other people who have a similar dream, or what's your advice to those people? And in general, what's your message to the world out there?
I think we all just have to have the courage to, look within ourselves and know that we are capable to do something different than what we're taught. And I think it's really important to just, re-examine our lives. I was working a very different job, having a very different lifestyle when I was in Canada. And, it took a lot of strong nudges from the universe for me to be like, okay, no, I can and I want to do something really different and just go for it. It's all worth it.